Hi, so today I want to talk about why knowledge is not the answer. Because, at least in Western culture, which I bathe in, is obsessed with knowledge and with the potential of acquiring knowledge is this hope that the knowledge will fulfill its purpose and allow you to get what you want. And the whole point of having intelligence is to glean from the people that know their living knowledge so that you can succeed, let's say. And why knowledge is not the answer? It's because knowledge, in other words, are memories passed down by people just as opinionated as you, just as biased as you, just as gossiping as you, just as conniving as you, and the intent behind each piece of knowledge is never questioned. It's as if it's worshipped, and there is too much good faith placed into knowledge, as if the intent of each piece of knowledge is really for the good of us, for the good of us as a humanity, as treat thy neighbor as thyself, when it is not. And also, why knowledge is not the answer is because it's not something readily available to every single person on the planet. What is available to every person on the planet is a form of silence, a form of emptiness. And to demystify that concept, emptiness refers to transcending desires and transcending wants, needs, impulses as those things. And if my life is worth anything, it's been a less on that uh, to be diminished is more, and to become more is to be diminished. And you can learn from my life by subtracting rather than adding, and losing rather than winning, because it's not a very good it's not a very good behavior to relish dominating over others through winning. And there are a lot of people that subscribe to that. And not to say they're bad, but it's not good behavior, is it? It's not really to get a high on dominating others. It's not really good neighborly love, let's say. It's not very good neighborly behavior. And knowledge is not the answer, so what is? Self. Yeah, you heard me. Self. And what is self? It's not the network of knowledge that you use to justify your personalities and your characters. That is not self. Self is that which animates pieces of knowledge, pieces of beliefs, pieces of memories. It is that which gives life to beliefs, memories, knowledge, information, and living words. And that's why self-honesty is the most difficult thing in the universe, is because we're so involved and insistent that a piece of knowledge or a few pieces of knowledge uh, defined separate from who I am, and me worshiping that knowledge in a sort of inferior, superior sort of relationship and comparing and judging, that is, we insist that is the answer in our Western culture. And it's not like you've never heard the saying, everything is in reverse. Now, if we reverse that situation, is to become equal to that knowledge, but more importantly, to let go of knowledge as a method of salvation and bring it back to self, bring it back to that which existed before knowledge. Because knowledge does not exist on its own, nor does knowledge exist without self. I mean, the guy had to be alive and had to place his knowledge into stone or paper for it to be knowledge. So it's not that sacred a thing, and it's not that holy. It's not really holy. It's not really exalted, except when we exalt it, well, then it's exalted. It's not put on a pedestal, but it is put on a pedestal if we put it on a pedestal. Understand? And that's not the way. Knowledge is not the answer. Self is the answer. That which can be honest and in weakness and submission to the internal forces at play inside my mind, your mind. Be honest within that. And in practicing weakness and practicing submission as a form of humility and humbleness to what you've already created in your inner space, that has to be the most difficult thing in the universe, isn't it? And that's all I have. Thanks. Bye.